Welcome to Isis in the Bible, the Fall Gathering, week number 6, Samhain 3-Eye Atlas. The question today is, what planet represents Atlas? We had a great discussion on that, and there was like a tie between Saturn and Uranus. It was really good. Great discussion. So as the veils thin and the sun journeys across the field of Libra, the weighing of the heart, we meet at the threshold of remembrance, the place between harvest and renewal, we call a meteor shower. Atlas, the upholder of heaven, reminds us that stillness is the true strength, the heart that bears the world with compassionate bravery. Together, we'll explore how this celestial archetype bridges the Samhain, Atlas, the Pleiades, the cross, and the etheric body of love itself. So glad you could join us today. So just a quick mention for today. On the 29th, I just wanted to mention that spica, which is the grain of wheat, which as at harvest time, right, which the centaur constellation is right here, beginning of Libra. And then, of course, that also represents Ceres, the harvester. Spica is now rising before the sun. It's coming out of the duat. So this is all really cool as it's all linked together. It really is beautiful. So if you get up in the morning, you'll see spica, and you will see, if you want to get up and see something spectacular, you will see the Big Dipper going. It points to Arcturus, and it'll point down to spica, the grain of wheat, rising in the east. It's so really cool. It is quite beautiful. So do you remember this slide? Us telling you back in July that we said Uranus is going to pass Alcyone and the Pleiades on October the 29th. And again, because it's going retrograde. So it's the first time July 15th, second time October 29th, which everybody's feeling this energy. We should be getting lots of holographic connection memories. And I know that a lot of us are, and Rosemary is really getting lit up with all kinds of downloads today, which it's supposed to be because it is the fractal nature. I'm going to play this again because this is this lens flare really sums things up the way things happen. Because we truly, truly, truly are so connected holographically, because the three that's in our head, right? The pineal, the hypothalamus, and the pituitary, that shape in our head, in our baby, every atom is in Ursa Minor, Ursa Major, Orion's belt, the Pleiades, the pyramids, and then the chambers in the pyramids. This is what makes us the transmitter receiver of everything, how we're connected with every atom on Earth. And when we know this, everything can help heal us. It truly is. So this is really, really cool that we're all feeling these energies as Uranus is hitting that. And a lot of people are worried about the roof over their head, including today, all the people in Jamaica and in the Caribbean are worried about the roofs over their head as Uranus aligns with the Pleiades and Alcyone, because this is holographic, this energy. This is the firmament, the roof over your head, the womb. So as we watch all the hype in the media about 3-Eye Atlas, as we are getting into Samhain, aka Halloween, All Souls, All Saints, Day of the Dead, All Hallows, Hollow Mass. It's interesting that we are talking about three Atlas, three-eye Atlas. Let's dig in deep, shall we? So just a quick one. Here is in this cloud that you probably can't see with the naked eye. They zoomed into this little portion and they say that's it. And it's getting lots of clickbait, isn't it? Is that really what's happening? Greetings this Samhain, marking the end of the year as we remember the departed souls we hold dear, the end of one cycle, the beginning of the next. May all your days forward be abundantly blessed. So that's a little prayer for us all. So Samhain, all this is all around the Leonids. So you'll see light traveling in the sky. What really is that? Well, the Leonids are active annually from roughly November 3rd to December 2nd, with a peak around November 22nd. Right now, October falls before the main active window, so meteor counts will be very low, probably just sporadic meteors rather than the shower stream. But remember, if we remember last year, this peak around November 22nd is the real Halloween. But we're getting a beautiful thing happening with us with Uranus and Alcyone. So before we get into the 3IA Atlas, let's show you where this comes from. Let's zoom in a little bit, shall we? You've heard of the Seven Sisters, the Pleiades clusters of the stars, and the constellation of Taurus, the throat. And what does the throat hold? The throat holds up the top of the head, which is also Atlas. You will notice that the Pleiades form an ear of sorts. Well, listen up. There is something you want to hear about the ear. You will soon learn to be brave when you hear voices, or you are with someone who says they hear voices. You'll get downloads with this happening, because when these energies hit this vortex called the Pleiades, which there are many of them, but Pleiades is the major one, which is also in the Bible. We'll talk about that. So in medical astrology, star Alcyone of the Pleiades brings issues with the ear, balances, dizziness, but also downloads. You'll hear things even if there's nobody around. So the ear is Alcyone, the nose is Capella, and the throat is Algol. When you start seeing all these beautiful synchronicities, how we're all tied together, it's absolutely amazing. But also look at one of the stars in the Pleiades is called Atlas. Interesting, eh? So, and this one you can see the star cluster with a naked eye, and if you got out a telescope, you'll be able to see this Atlas as well. And with a telescope, you'll be able to see Uranus as well. So I'm not sure why they're choosing to find something else in one grain of sand in the whole desert and say that one's moving. So Atlas is also part of the bone. They call this bone Atlas, which holds up the sky of the head. Atlas in Greek mythology holds up the world. And then in Uranus holds up the sky. And in medical astrology, Uranus is holding up the womb. So keep your head on tight as we've entered what's happening with Samhain, Halloween, Leonid meteor showers. Okay, so quick thing to know is that Alcyone is on the equator, the rise set of the cross. The equator of the Earth is also the dielectric inertial plane of a magnet, the dielectric inertial plane of an atom, the middle point of the Earth, which is the equinox, which is also the harvest line. So when Alcyone's at play, it's also harvest, and people can leave the visible. Things can harvest, absolutely. So this is really, really important that we can get into this beautiful vortex with so much love. So more proof that we are infinite and not what modern man has taught us. The Dendro Zodiac has the meteor shower on it, okay? Here's the meteor shower. As we get towards this meteor shower here, this will be around November 22nd, this meteor shower. Okay, so this was November 22nd of last year when we went over this, and you can see the sun was transiting this meteor shower. Opposite to that, you can see the Pleiades cluster. Here's the woman here. I'm not sure that story. I think Rose remembers that story. And you've got the cluster right there. And that's where Alcyone is, okay, on the zodiac. So Alcyone, here it is on the Dendro Zodiac, is even showing you. So just know that this is energy, folks. It's not space rocks or any other theory. Rocks that fall to the ground are from volcanic eruptions. They can be timed. There is a deep synchronicity here if you want to challenge yourself to think deeply about it. It's divine energy, aka light from those whom have left the visible. This is why we celebrate All Souls, Samhain, Day of the Dead, Halloween, etc. We are changing wombs. This is light. You are a light being. So when you see those, everybody in the ancient would say, hey, these are people, these are souls. They're moving, they're reincarnating. It's all part of it. So let's talk about Hurricane Melissa, which Juno, the white whiz of Oz, is in Scorpio, with Mars just entering Scorpio. Remember, Aldebaran and Antares are gatekeepers. Every being in your life is a gatekeeper, and the key to pass is based on love. So let's just for a moment focus on the drastic direction change at 7 p.m. At 7 p.m. on Monday, October 27th, this hurricane went that way. It just did like more than a 90-degree turn. Looks like 108 actually, golden ratio turn. So at that time and date, okay, here's all the information. You can look at it if you like. It did that amazing turn. What happened at that turn? Well, we know that the North Node is usually at play with the moon and the sun. I've studied a lot of hurricanes, and especially when they do a turn, and the nodes are involved, and part of fortune is also involved. So you can see right at this moment, the moon is transiting Vega, which is on the Milky Way. Lilith is on the midheaven. And right at that moment, at that turn, there's Alcyone rising with Uranus. That's what's giving it its strength in that amazing turn, because it's flipping over the ascendant, to which the part of fortune is aligned in that calculation, because the part of fortune is a calculation of the sun, the moon, and the rising sign. So we can see all these energies are there. And exactly at that time, Mercury was descending. So if there's energies going towards somebody where they got their house is going to be lifted, they leave the visible, all these energies are going towards them because they haven't done their spiritual work. They got to cleanse. They need to cleanse. It's important. And also look at the vertexes at Spica, the harvest line. So this is all beautiful, folks. It really, really, truly is. It's all beautiful. So Juno is transiting and will peak right at Antares and Aldebaran. And Juno is always involved, the White Witch of the Wizard of Oz, the tornado, the vortex. Juno is also involved when there is tornado or a hurricane. I found that in my studies. And also the black moon is right at the cusp, an energetic cusp. So the people are going to get deep spiritual signs. So we are aware at the start of the Samhain, Day of the Dead, Dia de los Muertos, etc. There are notable alignments to help us remember who we are as infinite reincarnate karmic spirits. Remember, Scorpio is a cross from Taurus. Okay, the Scorpion sleeps with the bull. This is part of the cross, the part of fortune where we got the 4 royal gates, which are part of reincarnation and birthing. I just wanted to show you that this Samhain, this Dia de los Muertos, we have a lot of energy in Scorpio. We got the black moon moving in, Mars is in Scorpio, Mercury's there, Juno's there, and Vesta's there. Vesta is the virgin hearth, the nun, the convent. Juno is the earthen mother, the white witch. Mercury is the scribe. This is the remembrance in the Akashic waters, right? And Mars is fire. And of course, black moon is deep spiritual signs. So I just thought I'd mention these dates because we can see it, and it all depends on everybody's chart, but these are excessive energies, which are absolutely invigorating as we do our work. So November the 2nd, Juno aligns with Antares. Okay, so you can see that hurricane is still going to be probably going on that time frame, because that's what that energy is going to be. On November the 12th, Mars aligns Mercury. A lot of fire with people's memories. Make sure you control those fires within you. November 18th, Mars transits Antares. That's double fire. So there's a lot of fire in Scorpio Antares, because Antares is red shifted. All right, and then on March the 20th, the black moon aligns Antares, and then Mercury on December the 19th. So all these are beautiful, beautiful alignments. So the Leonids are actually annually November 3rd and December 22nd. So you can see during the Dia de los Muertos, this Samhain season, the Leonid, you're going to have these dates that are going to be important: November 2nd, November 18th, and November 12th when these happen. So a lot of fire, a lot of things happening with Antares. And remember, Antares is transcendent abstinence. It's letting go of material things. So this focus is going to be about being more spiritual and less material, and abstaining from things that are materialism. That is the flavor. So on November 4th, Mars then goes opposite Uranus, as it's still there in the Pleiades, because it's going through the Pleiades slowly and it's going back and forth. Remember, Uranus is going through back and forth, and it'll go back to the Alcyone on May the 4th of next year. So when Mars aligns, that fire aligns here. Okay, so pay attention to November 4th, what signs you're going to get. So notable things are happening. The sun will be on Alpha Crux, the Southern Cross, which brings the gift of astrologos, you understanding who you are connected with the stars. It's the knower of the metaphysical cross, that you are infinite being. It's also the foot of the centaur, and Centaurus, like I said, is part of Libra, the constellation here. And Alphecca is child of the crown, so there's another synchronicity about talking about crowns. So on that date, this is going to be really important to understand. So Vesta is going to be aligned Lesath, which is the scorpion's tail. So purity is really going to show through with the scorpion's tail. The moon is going to be on Mirak, which is miracles. So these are all beautiful alignments that you can look forward to and see how they play in your lifetime. So again, we have very, very strong confidence that Atlas, anything being called Atlas, should pay attention to Uranus. And because there is so many indications that say it's Uranus, and medical astrology approves it, is NASA just lost? Or are they trying to hide the truth? How can all these things that repeat and are all over the Egyptian walls, how can they belong to this? Again, one grain of sand in a desert. This is what they got. This little spot right here, they zoomed and said it's this one. Everybody's getting all that hype because this little dot they see is moving. You got to ask yourself that question. Meanwhile, all these other cycles, like Uranus and roofs over people's heads, are really easy to see. And we've done them and we've showed them. So Atlas is the Titan who holds up the heavens, the celestial vault itself. And that's chapter 1, verse 3. So the 3-eye Atlas isn't in the Bible, because why would it be? It's one grain of sand. He is the radiance of the glory of God. And remember, God is that which makes the firmament, right? It's a 6 and a 9, the God, the face of God, and the exact imprint of his nature, and he who upholds the universe by the word of his power. So our word, our actions, is what holds up our world. So Uranus, go ahead.
Could it be that presenting of this rock in space is the secret message that Atlas is now, with what he created with his vitriol, he created potential, and the potential is in that rock where we now stand on. We are standing on solid ground now.
We are definitely standing on solid ground because we know the truth.
When I saw that rock, it also made me think of the big megalite, where the monkeys are afraid of and try to touch it, and that's the rise of coming from the womb, coming from the ground. No longer standing in sand, but
right. It's like standing on the truth, right? Am I hearing you right, Lex?
Absolutely. It's a suggestion, but I felt it right away, because I said, no way, this story, as it is brought to us, there's a deeper meaning in it.
Yeah, absolutely. Think about this. It was discovered on 1st of July, 2025. And can you imagine how much hype has gone through for people following one grain of sand in the desert? When everything is in the Bibles on the Egyptian walls, it's all there. All that we need to see is in plain sight. In art, it's on the Egyptian walls, and yet many are searching for something we already are being shown all day long.
Like each grain of sand is part of the chaos created, and from that chaos comes the rock where you have solid ground. Yeah.
Think about that, folks. Think about that. So Atlas is Uranus. It's the firmament. It's in the Bible as Hebrew 1:3. It's the face of God. It's what lifts up the firmament, which is the field that is God. He, God is you picking up the firmament. It's that which holds up the world. It holds up the sky. And that is Uranus in the sky, which is the firmament, because Uranus is the first planet you can't see with the naked eye, right? So Atlas is in the Pleiades, and the Pleiades is in the Bible. So in Job 38, the ruling goddess speaks. Who is this that obscures my plans with words without knowledge? Boy, does that fit with the 3IA Atlas. Brace yourself like a man, I will question you, and you shall answer me. Who shut up the sea behind the doors when it burst forth from the womb? Right? That's the Fibonacci spiral coming out, the GOD. Can you bind the chains of the Pleiades? Can you loosen the Orion's belt? No, it's always there. Can you bring forth the constellations in their seasons? So why would anyone be showing us 3IA Atlas, far away fairy tale? The 3 is everywhere in our view, and it's with the naked eye. I want to suggest you go look out in the sky at night, at the stars on a clear night, and go see how many 3s there are out there. All over the place, let alone the Big Dipper and Little Dipper. And that's the same 3 in your head and how we're connected as one. And when you go outside and you connect this and you feel that and just talk to the divine feminine, masculine, God, whoever you want to talk to, but feel good about it, that you're all connected as one. So Melissa changed her mind. Love calmed the waters in the Caribbean. So send out these beautiful, loving images. So if you can focus on this image right now, we can calm the weather. We got to know that man's not doing this. We all are doing this. It's what's in our heart. When we understand who we are and not blame each other and do karmic battles, this sea will calm. So let's keep doing it as we did this a little bit, and it changed in front of, I looked at it, and all of a sudden they went from category 5 down to a category 4. So if we all did this, it would work. If it works just for a few of us. Love is what stills the waves. Love is the all, brings that G and the D, brings God down to his knees, which is us, brings us to that stillness. All right, last one. Thanks, Kat. I needed this when you sent it, so I'm sure many more will appreciate this beautiful, beautiful song.
1, 2, 3. Yeah. The Milky Way upon the heavens is twinkling just for Mr. Moon, he came by to say goodnight to you. fighting and no wars. There would be lasting peace on earth. If all the kings and all the leaders could see you here this way, they would hold the earth in their arms. They would learn to watch you play. Oh, my sleeping child, the world's so wild, but you built your own paradise. That's one reason why I'll cover you, sleeping child. Yeah, I'm gonna cover my sleeping child. Keep you away from the world so wild. Keep you away from the world, away from the world so wild. Oh, my sleeping child, the world's so wild, but you built your own paradise. That's one reason why I'll cover you, sleeping child. I'm gonna cover my sleeping child. Oh, my sleeping child, the world's so wild, but you built your own paradise. That's one reason why I'll cover you, sleeping child.
Beautiful, isn't that? And think about that. Does not the firmament, is the firmament not a womb? Which I'll cover you, sleeping child. What a beautiful synchronicity that is. Thanks, Revcat. And that's all we have for today.